Oh, damn. Mm. Mm. Oh, can't rotate. Okay. Well, see if we can get some people to join us here, and we can start exposing the left for being anti-American. You know, I don't live stream much. This political stream, this political crap going on, all these lies against Trump, that he's for Hitler, nothing to prove it. Kamala said that she heard it from someone. There's no fact. I fact checked everything. Everything Kamala's saying about Trump is bogus. You know, this shit about uh, Trump being anti-American, that's bullshit. What it is that Kamala Harris is lying about Trump, saying he's for Hitler. And when asked how she knows this, it's because she heard it from someone. See here. I see. I had a bunch of Democrats on here. They just left because a bunch of they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. Let's start off by saying this here.
Dear Trump supporters, you're not garbage. You're not Nazis. You're not deplorable. You're not irredeemable. You're not bitter clingers. You are patriots who are the backbone of this amazing country. You build it. You fix it. You clean it. You design it, and you love it. This current administration hates you. Remove them from power. Kamala's never gonna beat me in November. Donna's gonna make the country better than you can remember. Kamala's never gonna beat me in November. Hey, Margarita. Kamala's never gonna beat me in November. Donna's gonna make the country better than you can remember. Kamala's never gonna.
Anyway, Kamala's not but full of lies. There's nothing that Kamala can say against Trump that's true. I mean, Kamala is a racist, a fascist, and she is a dictator. Oh well, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna expose Kamala during the debate. Kamala, of course, that's what we're gonna be saying to Kamala when she as she okay the Kamala's lies during the debate. Okay, these are Kamala's lies. Project 2025. Trump has no part of 2025. Project 2025. In fact, Project 2025 endorsed Kamala Harris. Okay, but of course, then they flipped the script because Kamala Harris is a fucking liar. She's a racist. She's a fascist, and she's a dictator. How are you gonna say as soon as I'm president, I'm gonna dictate on what they can, what people can and can't say on social media. That's a damn dictator. Okay, how are you going to say that if black men vote for me, I will give them a $1 million forgivable loan? In other words, if they get $1 million loan and they don't pay it back, so what? Trying to buy the election for one, and you only offering it to black men? That's a racist. Okay, that's Kamala Harris. Okay, another lie that Kamala told during the debate is that Trump wants to be a dictator. Trump has never done anything to be a dictator. Uh, at least Trump was voted into office. Kamala, you got you weren't even nominated for the White House. Uh, you were placed there. And your nomination for president, there was no nominees. You were placed there also. That's a fascist. That's a straight fascist. You know? Uh, Kamala lied during the debate about the police died on January. No, police died on January 6th. Uh, Trump does not want to take your guns. Uh, Trump is not weak on foreign policy. We didn't have one war, not one war or police action while Trump was in office. But while this administration, the Democrats who want to start wars, who want to hey, good evening, deplorables. How you doing? Hey, Ron. Glad to see you, man. Yeah, I'm just a piece of garbage voting for a felon. That's all I'm doing. You know? She's saying rally goers leave early, is what Kamala says about Trump when you've seen on a lot of her videos, that the Trump, the supporters that go to the Democrat rally, the only reason they go to your rallies, Kamala, is because you have some kind of pop star or movie star there to sing or dance or something for them. And the minute that's done, they leave. They don't want to see you. They know you're a loser. You can't give me one fact about Trump. Okay, like here, just recently, this thing with Puerto Rico. He didn't say one bad thing about Puerto Ricans or Puerto Rico or nothing. I fact checked it. That comedian that he had on stage is the one that cut everyone down. And Trump is getting the blame for it. Trump has never, ever talked bad about the American people. But of course, the Democrats are running with it. Kamala's trying to scare people into voting for her, saying, well, hey, if you don't vote for me, or if you vote for me and I get in office, there's going to be a bloodbath. And that's a lie, too. You know? Let me turn something up here.
We all bleed the same red blood. And we are all made by the same Almighty God.
You hear that? This is Trump speaking.
As long as we remember these truths, we will not.
He's talking about every race, every man, woman, and child were created equally. We all bleed the same blood.
We will make America strong again.
If Donald Trump wins, they will move to disqualify him through Congress, invoke civil war conditions, and tell the Trump hordes that Donald Trump is disqualified and not allowed to be president.
So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody and civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply
they're going to try to disqualify Trump.
To do their job and interpret what the Great 14th
From-
Amendment means, and I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new.
If he wins, they're going to try to disqualify him.
To life, even as we're
That's
continuing to
Democrats
amend the
cheating again.
Constitution, As Professor.
They done hit on with a Rico. They done hit on with a Rico. We the Trump Latino.
Latinos know that Trump is for them. They know that it was a comedian, that put them down, not Trump. They call him Uncle Trump.
We do not need 4 more years.
Even Obama wants Trump in office.
And bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Right there. Obama just went to bat for Donald Trump. Right there. I got it on one of my shorts. You know, she used to be a prostitute? Right there. She used to be a prostitute. I fact-checked it. She slept her way to the top. I proved it. I got it in my shorts.
Vote for Kamala Harris because nothing screams progress and joy more than uncivilized criminal invaders eating the family pet. Kamala Harris. Feel the progress. Taste the joy.
And the thing is
I bring a message.
it's the stuff I'm playing.
Donald J. Trump, if you were in this country illegally in 6 months, pack your bags because you're going home.
And that's a fact. All these undocumented aliens, all these undocumented border jumpers, they're going back home where they belong. Kamala Harris had no right letting them people in there. Why would she wait? Don't advertise for knee pads. Well, hey, too late, man. She used to be a prostitute, and she slept her way to the top. I fact checked it. Everything's been fact checked. Everything I play is fact checked. Okay, she doesn't know anything about politics. What are her policies? I tried to look them up. She has no policies. She has none. If she said she's going to do all the stuff for the American people, she's in a position she can do all that stuff now. Now, people say, well, only the president can. Well, if she run it by the president and say, hey, I want to do this, all the president has to do is say, okay, go for it. Sign her to it, and she can do it. Right now, President Biden don't want her in office. President Biden even said he don't want her in office because he knows that she will lead the country astray. This 25% first-time home buyers, do you know what that is? If your grandma and grandpa or your great-grandma and grandpa owned a home, you don't qualify for it. It's only for people who are fresh to this country. That's why she let all these immigrants in. So she can give it to them and make money off them, off the government. It's all a money thing. We don't qualify it because someone in our family, if my brother bought a home for the first time, I can't get the 25%. He can. Because the first time is the very first generation that was over here. Okay. The 50% tax break, or was it $50,000 tax break for small businesses? You have to make $50,000 that first year in order to qualify for that. If you only make like $49,500, Biden has been stable to run the country for months, but Kamala and Obama and the real far left wing have been controlling Biden. I bet you Biden was left to his own devices, this country would be in better shape than it would. Now, I'm a Republican, but I see a lot going on there. You look, I mean, when Kamala was out in front of the White House doing her campaign, there was an order put in place where Biden could not walk out there and listen to her. He could not come out of the White House. He had to remain in the White House. Yeah. So you got people controlling the president. Right there, there's proof there's people controlling the president. People who don't know what they're doing, like Obama. Obama was the worst president. Well, I mean, one of the worst presidents I've ever seen. The only thing he came up with that I agreed with was the Affordable Care Act. That was one thing. And one thing I gotta hand it to Biden though. Biden did say, "Hey, I'm too old. I'm stepping down." That's cool. Okay. So like I said, I gotta agree with him there. But man, Democrats, man, they're so funny. I've got so much.
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world. The first time this century. What? But let's understand. So where the fuck are we right now?
These people are in a combat zone. And Kamala said, "Oh, there ain't no one in a combat zone. They're in a combat zone, in a war zone, ready. They're in Ukraine is where they're at. American soldiers are in Ukraine ready to fight because of Kamala. I mean, straight up lying to the American people."
If you want to seal the border, vote Trump.
Exactly.
If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump.
Exactly.
If you want to reignite the economy in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive national pride in this country, vote Trump. If you want to make America great again, vote Trump. But there is one more reason I'm going to ask you to vote Trump, and it's the most important one. It's the one the media won't talk about, but it's the truth. Donald Trump is the president who will actually unite this country, not through empty words, but through action. Because you know what? Success is unified.
You hear this shit?
Excellence is unified. That's who we are
This
as Americans.
is the truth right
That's
here.
who we've always been.
Trump is good.
To those of you
There's no
watching this
wars
at home
during
tonight,
Trump. It was
I'd like
easier to
deliver a
live during
message
Trump.
that the
You
media
didn't have to
doesn't want you to hear from the Republican
choose
Party.
between
Our
rent
message
and
to Black
groceries
America-
or
If
mortgage
you
and
want to
groceries.
seal the border, vote
Here
She
we
put
go.
over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor
Kamala
for the state
Harris,
of
yeah.
California. And she
I
fought
definitely ain't
to
gonna vote
keep
for a president
cash
like
bail
this.
system in place.
No,
that
hell no.
impacts poor people in the worst kind of way. Bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in
Yeah,
the case
meds or
of those
groceries.
who are on
You got a
death
choice
row,
between meds or groceries,
innocent
man.
people, you actually
But when
blocked evidence from
Trump
being
was in
revealed that
office,
would
you
have
could buy
freed
meds
them
and groceries and
until
have a
you
little
were
left
forced to
over
do so.
maybe
There's
for a
no
little tree
excuse
or
for that.
something, you know,
And the
something on
people
the
who
side.
suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
Kamala Harris was destroyed on the spot by Tulsi Gabbard. This is a fiery scene displayed during the Democratic presidential candidate debate.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana.
There you go.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They ban us, they cancel us for speaking the fact. If you man enough, come stand with us, make USA mad. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag. American. My people of this country and we're under attack. You know, it's getting to be winter time.
I've got so many stories on Trump and why Trump should be president. Kamala is a fascist, a racist, and a dictator. And you want me to explain it? I think I said this earlier, but no one was really on. But I tell you, the racist part is every black man who votes for me, this is her trying to get the black vote, will get a $1 million forgivable loan. Don't offer it to white people, but offer it to black people. Trying to get the black vote, trying to steal an election, trying to buy an election. That's straight racism across the board. Straight racism. And fascist, she wasn't voted for vice president. She was placed there by Biden. No one voted for her for vice president. Hell, her name wasn't even on the ballot. As far as That's fascism there. President being dictator. She said when she becomes president, she is gonna dictate what people say on social media about the Democrat Party. Anyone who talks bad about the Democrat Party will be put in jail. That's a dictator. I'm sorry, that's a dictator to me. You know, Kamala is not what we want for this country. Look at the last 4 years. Everybody's struggling. She don't have to worry. She goes home and she gets a nice big paycheck. Her being a vice president, man, she gets everything for free. She wants to ban the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. She wants to ban firearms from everyone but her. She said that. Everyone, I don't want anyone to have a firearm but me. That's the way I'm going to write the law. Or it's not going to, she can't just write it. She's got to pass it through the House and, House and Senate. But, these people let power go to their head. She tried saying all kinds of stuff. Remember when she said she doesn't even know what race she is? First, she said she was Chinese. Then she said she was black. And then she said she was this and that and the other thing. Come to find out, she's a Jew. But here's her. Listen to this. You guys got to listen to this.
Today, on August 15th, 2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
South Asian descent, she said. She claims. We all know that's not true, But
today, on August...
If Donald Trump wins, they will...
The thing is that we need to get Trump in office. Tuesday is, I need you guys to go down and I need you to vote for Trump. Trump is the best thing that's happened for this country. I'll read some of Trump's policies versus Kamala's, versus camel toes, Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull them up. Let's see here. Right now, see here, the polls show that Trump is ahead by 67%. Let's see here. Okay. Here's Harris on inflation. Let's see here. Harris on inflation has tried her day. One priority would be trying to reduce food and housing costs for working families. She promises to ban price gouging on groceries, help first-time home buyers increase housing supply. First-time home buyers meaning anyone new to the country. And raise the minimum wage. Why would you raise the minimum wage? When you raise the minimum wage, you have to raise everything else to justify for the raise the minimum wage. So it doesn't make any sense to raise the minimum wage. Inflation soared under Biden presidency as it did in many Western countries, partly due to past pandemic supply issues and the Ukraine war. It has fallen since. Okay. Trump has promised to end inflation and make America affordable again. When he asked, he says more drilling for oil will lower energy costs, and it will. They want to stop the drilling for oil. In fact, they have stopped the drilling for oil. He has promised to deliver lower interest rates, something the president does not control. And he says deporting undocumented immigrants will ease the pressure on housing, and it will too. economists admit that his vow to impose higher tax on imports could lower prices. See, he wants to add tariffs, and they can lower prices for us. And these are economic myths that agree. See here, taxes. Harris wants to raise taxes on big businesses and Americans making $40,000, not $400,000, $40,000 or more a year. Yeah. But she has also unveiled a number of measures that would ease the tax burden on families who vote Democrat. It says, I'm reading this right off, right off. So if you're Republican and you're registered as a Republican, she's going to charge you. Your taxes are going to be extremely high. Man, I can't. I'm reading this stuff right off the BBC. I mean, they're. See, I go to them for my information because they're outside of this country. They got nothing to gain or lose to putting down the facts. Trump proposes a number of tax cuts worth trillions, including an extension of his 2017 cuts, which mostly helped the poor and the middle class. He says he will pay for them through higher growth and tariffs on imports. Analysts say his tax plan will will add to the deficit, or will lower the deficit, but Harris will add more to it. The deficit will be higher if we go by with Harris's plan. Okay, let's see here. Where Kamala Harris stands on 10 key issues. Let's see here. Economy. The Vice President, Ms. Harris, worked President regularly labeled Bidenomics, which included major investment. I was able to file less in taxes, even though people in middle class and low class had to file high taxes. And this is her bragging about it. I mean, I'm reading this right off, I mean, this stuff, basically, Kamala is not one. I mean, she's a racist. She's a fascist. She's a dictator. She opened the border and let 400,000 rapists and murderers and, everything. When she opened that border, look how many people died. A lot of people, innocent people, and it did not have to happen. But she don't care. She don't care. She don't give a shit about American people. Oh, well. All I know is I'm a piece of garbage of voting for a felon on Tuesday. And even though technically he's not a felon because he hasn't been convicted, so hasn't been sentenced. And what the hell? Oh well. I'm done with my rant. Y'all have a good night. Vote Trump, and I'll talk to y'all later.